my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising to your end of July 2018 report. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. And yes, it really is literally at the tail end of this. So this video probably will be uploaded sometime this evening. I'm making it on the 30th, Monday, so the day right before the last day of July. And I'm going to, obviously, all the other videos will come out. So I have Pisces left, Taurus, and then who else is left? Aries, and then Sagittarius, that I will make in that order. So I apologize, it's taken me a while to get these out. I assure you that I'm freeing up time within my schedule so I can get these videos done in a timely manner, or at least one that I will feel confident with moving forward. And not only that, but bring you guys more content as well. But I wasn't going to skip out on the last 5 signs, so here we go. And like I said, this is for all you Cancer people out there. So we are at an interesting time right now. You know, we are in between eclipses. We're now building up to the next eclipse, which will be a new moon solar eclipse in Leo. So for you, that's the second house. And these readings are kind of, it's a chronicling, what happened over the course of July. And it's really going to also apply for that first week of August as well. So, Cancer, let's look at the month in review for you. We had a new moon solar eclipse in your sign. And, of course, this was opposing Pluto, directly opposing Pluto. So that naturally was a very transformative and monumental time for you, because this occurred, in your sign, in the first house, and also in the 7th house with Pluto being there. So some aspect of your relationships and overall the relationship that you have with yourself even came into a major transformation. Then we fast forward 2 weeks to the full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius, which happened last Friday. And, this is also, of course, very powerful and interesting because, look, the sun was in your 2nd house, and then we have, Aquarius, which is, your 8th house. So you went through 2 periods where you had to really deeply transform on a deep foundational level. And I feel like what happened with you, Cancer, is that you are clearing out so much emotional drama, gunk, toxic negative energy that really actually prevented you from moving your life forward. I think what happened is that Cancers got so caught up when trying to empathize with other people and trying to heal other people that they neglected their own emotions. And they had to realize that what's really of value right now is that, listening to their heart. The sun now is in your 2nd house. The North Node is here as well. So you actually gain great value from trusting your heart and following your heart. And it's not always easy. And Cancer, you always get flack for being the most emotional sign in the zodiac. But you also occupy a very interesting position because, and I'm going to allude to this, I haven't made the videos yet, but you are the natural waterbender. So you, more so than any other sign, actually know how to direct emotions and how to use the direction of controlling of emotions to your advantage and how to manifest. So I think this was a very important time for you to clear out a bunch of toxic emotions that you've been holding on to, emotions that you felt last year, last decade, some of you last month, and of course everyone really, our past lives. How we're still hung up on certain things that happened to us in past lives, And like I said, this is interesting because, the North Node will be coming into Cancer later on this year. So the focus, you can already feel it, especially Cancer, that the focus is going to be put on compassion, family, accepting each other, empathy. But right now, there's still the focus on the heart space and passion and creativity. But since you can feel what's coming, you're kind of in a very invaluable position, really, because it's all valuable. But you're in a very interesting position to where you're going to help people to you're going to kind of get a jump on what it means when the North Node goes into your sign and the compassion. And the way that you're going to achieve this is by showing it for yourself first. So the card that we have for you, wow, I actually drew this card yesterday for myself. We have belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to Source. This is perfect because this has everything to do with what these eclipses have been about. We have, like I said, the full moon lunar eclipse, which was just in Aquarius. This happened for you with the sun being your second house and the moon being your eighth house. So this has to do with, trust, self-worth, value, whether or not we really believe in ourselves, whether or not we really believe that we can actually manifest something, because Taurus is manifesting energy. That's what the second house is. It's your manifesting energy. And then you have the eighth house, which is shared resources, but trust, deeper wants, desires. Do you believe that you are worthy? Do you believe that you are worthy of these desires? Do you believe that you are worthy in general? Do you believe that you are worthy of love? Do you believe that you are worthy of compassion, empathy, forgiveness? Forgiveness, I think, is a really big one right now, especially in the world, is learning to forgive, and whether or not you believe that you can be forgiven for whatever you feel like you might have done, or forgive other people, forgive family members. This is going to be a time where you're going to be learning to forgive family members what's happened. It's definitely a super powerful moment and a super powerful card. And we have to remember, of course, we have in a couple weeks that new moon solar eclipse, which is coming up, which I'll talk about it in part 1 of the August report. It's a little bit more in depth, but that one's going to be really powerful because that, once again, is in your second house. So you definitely are making a turn and setting the seeds to really, really appreciate your heart's intentions, and that's going to allow you to really begin to have this growing compassion for yourself and others. Well, let's see what else we have here. So we have the Sacred Geometry card as belief. The number is 11, so that's awesome. All right. Based on your gifts and talents. You probably have been suppressing a gift of yours, Cancer, and you've been wondering if you should bring it out to the light. And I will say that full moon lunar eclipse is actually going to, it's been very much so revealed to you, this gift, and how now, by you learning to get over the fear and expressing this gift, is going to allow you to build upon a foundation that's really going to make you feel like you definitely are going to feel more worthy. You're going to be feeling more valuable. So let's see what else we have. First card we have popped up is the Lovers. That's one of the best cards in the deck. We have the Lovers. So, and I was just literally shuffling until a card came out. So the Lovers, of course, is speaking to, if you're single, there definitely might be someone that you find this week, or at least sometime in the next 2 weeks, or you're really going to be resonating in that energy. Someone's going to be kind of picking up on the pheromones. If you're a couple, this just really means that this can mean one of two things. It can mean A, your relationship is definitely going to feel a bit of a spark and like an evolution. And of course, like I said, we had a lot of these energies in kind of these relationship houses, or dealing with people, your 7th house, the 8th house. But it's really going to be all grounded in whether or not you believe in yourself, whether or not you love yourself. So if you are coupled right now, Cancer, what I see this as is that you're going to actually be deepening your belief in the relationship. Now, there are hardships, there are challenges, just like anything else. Things aren't necessarily going to be, Hollywood romance. Things aren't going to just going to go exactly the way that you want them. They're going to say things that trigger you. They're going to say things that upset you. They're going to do things that kind of like a pet peeve of yours. Anyone who's been in a long-term relationship, i.e., I would say anywhere from about a year and a half and on, because I feel like some people, even after a year, it's still kind of a honeymoon phase. But especially if you moved in with someone, then definitely you're out of that honeymoon phase. But this is just saying to do you believe in that person? Do you believe that they are worthy of love, of compassion, of embrace, of sincerity? And if you believe in that, then you'll be able to look past any of these, what you might see as negative qualities or dark qualities, but there's no such thing as bad qualities of someone. That's just, there are different challenges that they have to work through. We all have to work through challenges. So the Lovers here is actually saying that you're deepening your sense of belief in the other person. And this is going to come primarily through you deepening the belief in yourself, Cancer. All right, so let's see what else we have here. The Lovers card. Overall, this is going to be a very nice period for you, too. Especially in between eclipses. This week, we don't have a lot of energy going on. We do have some things. We do have the Mars-Uranus square. We do have the Sun-Jupiter square later on this week, I believe, as well. So there are definitely going to be some things that happen this week. But overall, it's kind of like we're kind of being given like a little bit of a breather from the universe, because we've been going through some massive fucking changes. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. So let's see what else we got. A lot of cards aren't popping out for you, so this kind of lets me know that you're going to kind of have your head on straight. There's not going to be a lot of crazy drama or action that's going on. But let's just see what we have going on. So bottom of the deck, we actually have the card of Temperance, which is, Temperance, the Empress. We have the card of the Empress. So this is definitely speaking to some sort of creativity, definitely speaking to, in many ways, some way of connecting to nature, connecting with your own nature. I like to think of the Empress as, I like to think of it as Gaia energy, kind of, brought in. It's kind of like this higher expression of the Gaia energy personified, whereas the Queen of Pentacles is kind of Gaia energy, but it's a little bit more human, I guess. The Empress kind of brings about this spiritual shaman, almost like shamanist, tone to this Gaia energy. So this is definitely going to be a time for you where you're going to be connecting to Mother Earth, Mother Goddess, and you are the sign of the Mother in many ways, Cancer. So definitely going to be a very powerful time where you're going to be feeling creatively stimulated. You're going to be feeling like you want to move things forward. You're going to be feeling like you're connected to everything that's around you, to nature. This is going to be a good time for you to go outside, go to the park, maybe, do something if you have like pets or animals, to go to the park and play with them. This will definitely be a good time to kind of stimulate that energy and just kind of stimulate this good feeling energy. The two cards that we have over here that drew together, interesting enough, we do have Temperance and we also have Judgment. So I like to think of Judgment as the first thing I heard was call to arms, but I don't know if it's really call to arms. I think it's more of like are you going to answer the call of spirit? Because it shows the trumpet, right? It's the music that's being played. So, and a lot of people like to think of Judgment Days and the world and all this stuff like that. You'll hear the trumpets singing and whatever. But I like to see the Judgment card as, are you going to answer the call of spirit? Are you going to answer that music? It's like, because whenever you hear this music, change is definitely on the horizon. Change is definitely bubbling up. That change we can see here has to do with temperance, has to do with the balancing of dark and light, has to do with the integration of dark and light, has to do with, in many ways, I liken temperance to patience as well. The reason why I liken it to patience is because, integrating, it's one thing to try and balance two things, and it does require patience to learn how to balance two different sides. Say if you literally had a scale in front of you and you try to balance the sides so they're actually even, you have to take away and add. That does require patience, but what requires even more patience is learning temperance, learning integration, realizing that we are all dark and light, and instead of shunning one side or the other or even trying to balance them, but actually integrating them so we can learn lessons from the light, we can learn lessons from the dark, and we can realize that they both actually work together. That actually requires more patience. But what you're kind of being called to the universe is to, and this is going to come by loving yourself. It's going to come by believing in yourself, believing that you are absolutely worthy. Are you going to answer the call, though? Let's see what these three cards are. We have the King of Wands. We have, these two cards were actually reversed, but we actually have the suit of Earth here. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles. So it's very interesting. We have, I think we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards, and then we have 3 court cards so far. So this really lets me know that really what I see this as is that you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, and then you have the King of Wands. So this definitely can speak to anyone who's an earth sign or a fire sign playing a pretty significant role in your life. But I almost see this as, let's see, I want to look at these cards just to kind of get an idea. We have the Five of Cups, the first negative card, I guess you could say. We have the Magician, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here, Cancer, is that you're really going to be connecting with nature, and you're really going to be grounding these transformations in a rather deep and powerful way. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, I'm going to say, is you. And I'm going to say that the King of Wands is someone that you know. I'm saying that the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is you because the bottom of the deck we have is the Empress. And it's interesting how I mentioned how the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles remind me of that Gaia energy. But what I see this as is that inside of you, there's a King of Pentacles and there's also a Queen of Pentacles. And that's actually what you are learning to integrate. You're learning to integrate the masculine earth energy and the female earth energy in a way, and learning how to bring those two together so you can manifest. The King of Wands, I'm feeling, is a person, though. I'm feeling that's going to be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. I'm feeling Leo, mainly because it's the other luminary. And the King of Wands here, I believe, is someone who's definitely going to be here to support you. I believe that the King of Wands is someone here that wants to kind of promote this growth, almost kind of be like an incubator to this growth. I kind of see this person as, you know, they're not going to be really pushy. They're going to be kind of like helping you to foster the growth of this new belief in yourself, and they're going to be encouraging you to move forward. It's interesting though, we do have the Five of Cups here with the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles, right? So the Five of Cups is probably the only card that I would say is negative, but it's interesting because we have the Magician here. And those were the two cards that were upright. So the only reason why I feel like the Five of Cups is the way that it is because the Ace of Pentacles is reversed. And the thing is that the Five of Cups speaks to feeling some type of emotional loss, feeling kind of, I don't want to say lethargic, but kind of just feeling sorry for ourselves, feeling down on ourselves. But it's interesting how we have the Magician that appeared between these two cards, which means that, you know, you can actually imagine better circumstances for yourself. You can actually imagine feeling a positivity. Like right now, you can imagine yourself smiling. I know that sounds stupid, probably. It's like, wait, why would I imagine myself smiling when I can actually just smile? But you see how fast I manifested that smile? And yeah, that might seem very minuscule. That might seem like a very mundane example. But you can actually do this. You can actually go to sleep and you can imagine yourself waking up the next morning with a smile on your face and being grateful. And watch what happens if you just take just a few moments before going to bed. And I'm going to try this, Cancer. Cancer is my 8th house, so I'm going to try this and see if it really transforms my life. But you can literally imagine yourself going to bed and then having the intention like, I ask that my guides and my angels guide me in my dreams so I may have very sweet dreams, powerful and uplifting dreams tonight. So when I wake up in the morning, I will imagine myself with a big smile on my face and grateful to be living another day and having an opportunity to radiate my love. You don't have to say that, but I think it's interesting how with the Five of Cups here is literally you are the magician. You are the creator of your own reality, Cancer. And if you look at your situation from a different point of view, the Ace of Pentacles, even though it's reversed, you can bring that right side up. Or you can even see, it's like, you know what? Maybe the value, and this has a lot to do with the fact that Uranus is in there. So it's like Uranus and Taurus, with Taurus rules value and money and self-worth and confidence and all that stuff. Things are kind of flipped upside down because Uranus is what? Randomness, it's electricity, it's lightning, it's innovativeness, it's random things that happen, you know? So we are kind of looking at, our value systems a little sideways, a little upside down, but we have to look at it from that point of view so we can get a better view on what's really happening here. We have to kind of zap ourselves out of our perspective to kind of get a bigger picture. But what I see here is that you, for this last half of July, And, this is what you've been feeling. And going into August, you're really going to be feeling a deeper sense of... Hey, Cancer, sorry about that. I ran out of space on my phone, which I didn't realize I was even running out of space. So I had to go through and delete old videos and stuff that have already been uploaded. But as I was saying, you have been dealing with this theme of deepening your sense of value, self-worth, confidence, actually believing that you can do it. And you're kind of reaching down to the roots, because Taurus rules the roots, you know what I mean? It rules the roots. If you think of Taurus as like the roots and almost like the bark or the trunk of a tree, and you think of Capricorn kind of as... If you think of Virgo as like the leaves and stuff like that, the flowers, because it changes with the seasons and it comes and go. And Capricorn is like the overall organism. It's the squirrels that also live there, the birds, it's all the insects that crawl through it, it's all the activity. But Taurus is the roots, Taurus is the roots. And I think right now what's happening, Cancer, is that you're kind of getting to the roots of your self-worth issues, and you are starting to transform them. You're starting to release these emotions that have held you back. And you're an emotional sign, but I think it's interesting, there's nothing wrong with being emotion and feeling emotions. In fact, there's great power that comes from that. And in fact, in the spirit world, emotions are pretty much everything. At least I've learned that from the Avatar, that that emotions really, they hyper manifest your vibrations and your reality in the spirit world. So you kind of understand this very innately, Cancer. But for you, it's like you're getting to the root of these issues, and now you're going to start releasing. You're going to start releasing. You're going to start releasing. You already have been releasing, but this is going to free up space for you to create more. And when you get to the root of these issues, you're going to kind of clear out the cobwebs of why you feel like you haven't been reaching your core. It's almost like just kind of imagine like a core or a ball of light in the ground, and imagine like roots literally reaching and digging towards that core. And you kind of been feeling there's been a barrier between the roots of this tree and the core of your being. But really what's happened is that barrier, it's not there. In fact, it was just fear that made you seem like it was there. So when that barrier leaves, the roots can finally reach that core. And then all of this vitality is just going to spring forth through this tree. It's just going to spring forth. And it's going to be like... It's gonna be like a miracle. It's gonna be like, wow, I didn't think that this tree was gonna be able to be as vibrant as it once was, and it will be. But it will be in like a new and fresh way. It might not be the same tree it was however long ago, but it's going to have a vibrancy to it that's just like been long overdue. I'm being called to draw another card from the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle for you. And look at this, cosmic flower. You can't make this shit up, guys. The number is 18. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Literally, pause the video, go back and listen to my description of the roots reaching out to the core, and that's the reason why cosmic flower came up. You are really tapping into the space. You are really embracing the change that Mother Gaia is going through, because we're all going through it. And you're going to kind of experience this on a deep soul level. The end of July and going into August, you're really going to be experiencing this. And you're kind of be like, wow, we have been taken care of. We are loved. We are so loved, and we are so worthy. It doesn't matter, and we've done so much stuff to the world. Now, I don't want to get negative, but I want to get real. We've trashed this planet. We've done so many things to this planet, but yet still she loves us. She cares for us. She nurtures us. She carries us. She embraces us, and she believes in every single one of us. And I believe that you're going to be tapping into that, and that's going to really ignite this new belief in yourself that you are absolutely worthy of infinite love. That is it for your reading, Cancer. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can follow the link in the description below too, theaquarianadepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.